Hey, it's Coffee with Friends, and I am raw to the bone. Good morning, Michael Robinson. Long time no see. Welcome in. Happy Tuesday. It's been a rainy couple of days, but I'm glad I'm here. All right. We have to be grateful for the little things. And actually, being here is a big thing. So I'm grateful for that. So before I get into it, I'm just going to play a little reminder to tell you that today is going to be a good day. Come on in, wake
Step
up.
one, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step two, get some good, some food in you. Step three, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step four, everybody just do your thing. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Good morning, Stacy.
Today's gonna be a good day. Set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them.
I try to pick one
thought, have some concentration.
And if I make a mistake, it's called
education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna
Wake
be
up.
a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up.
Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up.
Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Life ain't easy, yo. I think there's a reason.
Hey.
Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high.
Other times I'm barely breathing, y'all.
You always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts will poison your eye. Head full of flies, so here come the clouds. Don't ever stop unless I can swipe.
All the bad for the good in my head.
When I'm lost.
What? Hey.
So I'ma fake it till I make it.
Positive vibes are overtaken.
I got patience.
One day at a time.
It's how you operate a greatness.
I'll slow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation.
Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation.
I live my life in my head
like a narration.
Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I take it.
Wake up.
Doing my best. All right, I'm doing my best.
Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day.
Hey, today's gonna be a good day. Today's gonna be a
good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up.
Today's gonna be a good day. Hey, good morning, good morning. So far we have a light morning. That's because I'm so unpredictable. It is 11:25. This might be one of the latest times I have come on. But you know what I'm learning? I always keep myself on a schedule, right? Which low key stresses me, which low key triggers my anxieties. Normally I feel like if I'm not up at 6 a.m. and I'm not on my bike and I'm not finished exercising by 7 a.m., that my whole day is off. And I had to tell myself, listen, self, you work from home. Your bike is in your house. Your yoga mat is in your house. Why do you feel like you have to be on this schedule? And so the last couple of days, if I feel tired, I stay in the bed and I take that extra time. I lay there and I say to myself, do not feel guilty for laying here. Why do I feel guilty? I always feel like I need to be doing something. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but I always feel like I need to be doing something and it needs to be done by a certain time. But I'm trying to come out of that pattern and just try to live with some peace without having everything be necessarily in order. I don't know. That's what I'm working on. So here I am at 11:25 in the morning, which is an unusual time. I used to do Coffee with Friends at 8 o'clock in the morning, no matter what. And then what happened was it started to feel like a job. It started to feel like the same thing that I'm going to work, I'm doing my job. It became so repetitive for me. That's my honest, right? And I said, I have to mix it up because when I first started Coffee with Friends, I started it based on my anxieties. I started it to connect with people, to enter my healing journey in a public way, bring conversations to the table, talk about things, right? Unpack some trauma. And it was fun. But when it started to feel like a little bit of work, I felt like I questioned myself, my platform, everything. And then I said, you know what? Go back to it being fun. Go back to doing it because you want to do it. Go back to doing it because you can do it. And so now I just do it, anytime I feel like it during the course of the day. I'm no longer on a time schedule. All right. So catch Coffee with Friends as it comes on. I do send notifications out, so you guys should get notifications. But I understand that your schedule is not my schedule, and I get it. Well, what's going on this happy Tuesday? Michael, it's been a while since you've been around. Where you been? Where you been? It's rainy here. I'm not doing much today. I think today, my maintenance guy is supposed to come up here and do my backsplash in my kitchen around 12 o'clock. So let's see if he shows up around 12 o'clock. That's number one. Number two, I think I'm going to wash my hair today. Shame on me. I have not washed my hair since I've been back from Grenada. So it's probably some sand crabs in there. I'm just being honest. It don't stink though. It don't stink. That's the thing. When I decided to lock, I was like, oh, it's going to be less work. But baby, wash day is not less work. Wash day is serious. And it take about a good whole day and a half for my hair to dry if I let it dry naturally. So I have to put some heat on it. I have to sit under the dryer. So wish me luck today. All right. That's what I think is going to be my journey after the maintenance man does my backsplash, since I have no place to go. All right. Other than that, current events. So yesterday I mentioned that Newark Airport is limiting flights. United Airlines has canceled about 35 flights per day. One of the runways is under repair. A lot of flights are canceled and delayed. So make sure if you're traveling and you're flying into Newark, you are checking your flights. But then I had to do a little bit more research because here I'm trying to go somewhere, okay? And so I'm trying to figure out what my other airport options are. We have LaGuardia, we have JFK. I hate JFK because it's so far. LaGuardia is not that far. I mean, it's still over the bridge, but I can get there in an Uber for a decent price, okay? When I looked up on the news about what's going on with Newark Airlines, because one of the conversations I was having yesterday with my girlfriend was, while I was getting my nails done, she was like, oh, so fly out of another airport. And I said, well, think about it. If 20% of the traffic air controllers walked out of Newark, right? How is the other airspace being controlled? If Newark has limited amount of traffic airspace, right? JFK planes are flying through the same airspace at some point. The LaGuardia planes are flying through the same airspace at some point. These planes are all going in many cases to the same destination. Okay. And so if there's limited traffic controllers in Newark, how does that impact LaGuardia and JFK and other little small airports like Teterboro and etc.? And so, of course, I stumbled across a news report that said JFK and LaGuardia are also suffering with delays and cancellations, not as high as Newark, but LaGuardia and JFK is also suffering due to the 20% of these employees walking out, okay? And so if you are flying out of any of those airports, please make sure you are doing your due diligence, checking your flights constantly. I'm hoping that it'll all blow over in another couple of days, okay? We are in the middle of a shitstorm, for real, for real. All right. So, Stacy, you said, oh, you work out when you feel like it. I know that's right. It's right there. It's right there. It's not like you got to go out to Planet Fitness or New York Sports Club and you're trying to beat a crowd of people. Now that I can understand. When I was going to the gym, I used to try to go early or go late because I didn't want to get that after work crowd, that 4 to 6 crowd, that 4 to 7 crowd. I didn't want to get that crowd. And so I get that. But if the gym is in your damn house, in your building, down the hall, you should be able to work out whenever you feel like it. Okay? We got to unprogram our mind about being on schedules. Dinner with a homie later. And yes, when I was locked, that was a job, baby. Nikki, you said a big shitstorm, right? Because can we go somewhere? Like, I'm scared to book a flight right now. Like, I'm trying to go to Texas in June. I mean, I'm not scared about, well, I just don't like living in the airport like Tom Hanks in the movie Terminal. I really don't. I get impatient. Um, and I guess if I get stuck in Texas, what's the worst that can happen? As long as I have my laptop and I can work from there, it's no big deal, except my plants will suffer without me for too long. It is getting warm outside. My plants need love. All right. And so I'm still marinating on getting my tickets for Texas. So I need a couple of days to marinate on this and keep watching the news and see what's happening with the airlines. Okay. And so I know Valerie is also coming to Texas on June 21st. Oh my God. And Cheryl Lee has it on her calendar to come to Texas for the June 21st event. So it seems like the Coffee with Friends OGs are popping up to the 3T event. That's what it looks like. That's what it's looking like right now. You were going to go to DR. Now you're like, I know it's so weird right now to just be flying somewhere, right? Like people are asking me, what happened to your trips this year? You're not talking about your trips. Well, I'm not talking about my trips because I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm trying to watch what's happening with the airlines, okay? Because what I don't want to happen is we book a trip and then the airlines start acting funny and everybody's calling me complaining about getting their money back and stuff like that. I don't want the stress right now. And so I don't know what I'm doing about Coffee with Friends trips this year. I do know that I'm going to make every attempt to go to the 3T event on June 21st because I want to support my homegirl, okay? Because Fancy is out here doing the thing, bringing people together, talking and thriving and toasting. Okay, that's the 3Ts. Be a part of it. You know, we say we want to network, we say we want to meet new people. For whatever reason, you want to meet new people, business opportunities, you know, husbands, wives, whatever the fuck, friends, whatever it is. That's what the Toast, Talk, and Thrive is about. All right, so be a part of it. If you are interested in it, go to Fancy's page on IG and Facebook, and a link to purchase your ticket is in there. I think the ticket is $45. Okay, so do the right thing. Do the right thing. All right. So beyond the air traffic controller issue in the airports, who has been looking at the pictures from the Met Gala? Does anybody have a favorite look at the Met Gala? I mean, did Andre 3000 walk in there with a piano on his back? Yes, Nakia, you should think about coming. 3Ts, Talk, Toast, and Thrive, okay? It's an event filled with food and games and meeting people and mingling and stuff like that. Yes, when I travel with the Coffee with Friends folks, I always supply travel insurance as an option for them to purchase, right? Some people don't purchase it, other people purchase it. I strongly believe since COVID that you should purchase travel insurance. I know that sometimes it's $300 more, $200 more, but baby, let me tell you something. Y'all have heard stories about people going to other countries, losing their luggage, getting sick and having to go to the hospital. On these islands, they are not like the United States of America where you go to the hospital and they'll see you and they'll bill you. No, in these Caribbean countries, okay, you go to the hospital, you have to pay. You have to pay. Okay, you have to pay cash right there. It's not, sometimes it's, it's $400. And if you really don't want to go to the regular old raggedy ass hospital that sometimes they send you to on islands, some islands like Jamaica, they have private hospitals. Now these private hospitals can cost you $5,000 to $10,000 just to be seen and treated. And so it is very important to have travel insurance, especially these days. I scrapes up the extra money for some travel insurance. Okay, it's worth it. He did, but it was for his new album that's out. So I like the dandy look. Thought Janelle Monáe killed. Oh, he did, but it was for his new. Oh, that's the photo he's using on his new album cover, Nakia, Andre 3000. I was like, oh, is that a real piano on his back? Like, what the fuck? Is it just I guarantee it's probably an empty shell with the keyboards. They probably took all the guts out of the piano because that shit would be heavy. You can't just fucking carry a piano on your back. But I thought it was very interesting. Okay. What did y'all think about Megan Thee Stallion's look? Okay. Now, what I found interesting, if y'all noticed, Meg Thee Stallion's look was similar, not exactly, so don't cut me. It was very similar to Diana Ross's outfit. Now, Diana Ross came out with this long, Kaftan type covering with like a sparkly gold fitted long dress. And Megan Thee Stallion had a similar look. Did y'all find that to be? If not, go look at the pictures. But I thought Diana Ross's look was so fabulous, okay? It was so her. It was her 1,000%, okay? That is Diana Ross look on a regular basis, okay? And so I loved that for her. I don't remember seeing her at the Met Galas in the past. I'm not saying she hasn't been there. Maybe I missed her, but I love the way she looked. Now, right, 81 years old. Now, seem more like Black attendees were more into what Dandy's supposed to look like. Well, what happened to Future? Future looked like an anime to me. He looked like one of those anime characters in the anime cartoons when they be flying through the air with their swords and shit with their spiky blonde type hair. I was like, oh my God. I didn't like Future's look. It was weird to me. That's just my opinion, right? But Rihanna and A$AP Rocky. Now, Rihanna showed up on the set with a big old belly. Congratulations to Rihanna. Them two people, I don't give a damn what the media tries to do. They cannot get in them people business. Them people are living their best life in Barbados, and they're like, fuck you. We're on our third round, and we're hoping it is twins. Yes, Future took his locks out, but the way they cut his damn hair looked like an anime. Somebody said Janelle Monáe. So I like the dandy. Yes, Janelle Monáe. Janelle Monáe. Rock that shit. Now, Sierra and Russell, they look cute. They looked cute. Weren't they, Nakia? Weren't they? Good morning, Shirley. He do keep her ass pregnant. This is the listen. Him and Russell are gonna be competing soon, okay? But I ain't mad at him. Listen, they got money. They got the island life. Their kids are gonna be happy as butterflies, baby, in a rainforest. Okay. Who else? Who else did y'all see on the runway? Now, I did see Kerry Washington post her outfit. It was all right. I didn't fall on the floor over it, but it was all right. It was cute. Lizzo. Lizzo did a little model situation. They didn't show her walking down the runway or coming up the stairs, but she did her little post in her outfit and she looked fabulous, y'all. Y'all can't be calling her fat no more. You see, this is why I laugh. Listen, don't come for me. Don't throw stones at me. Don't throw rocks at me. But this is why I laugh when people are obese and they be like, I like being obese. I love my size. I love looking like this, right? And I'm not saying that there aren't a population of people that probably are comfortable looking like that, but I want to put a little 50 cent, 75 cent on a bet that a lot of them be lying. They be lying. It's an excuse to try to make you believe that they're comfortable in that skin. Because listen, every oversized actress and singer that we know done lost some weight. Okay? Monique, Lizzo. When Kelly Clarkson was on American Idol, she was small and then she gained all this weight and she even talked about it in an interview. Okay? And she worked hard to lose all that weight. They be talking, they be trying to get the other obese women, their fans, to follow them and love up on them and everything. And then they abandon their obese fans and they lose all this weight. And then what happened to your obese fans? What's the message you giving them now? You wasn't happy before for real? Are we talking about the Met that raised 31 million, the most in history, black money going to who? Who does it benefit? Well, I don't know. That's a great question. Shirley, can anybody answer that? Yes, we are talking about the Met, the one that raised 31 million. Where does the money go? Right, Nakia, but this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. I mean, even when I'm in my big bag era, I be like, come on, Roy, now, get your shit together. Because I go up, I go down. Ain't no shame in my game. I have my chubby season. I have my infit season. But when I'm in my chubby season and my waist beads be choking me, I have conversation with myself. I don't be saying I love the way I look and y'all bitches are jealous because I got all this extra shit hanging off. I don't be saying none of that. I be saying to myself, get the shit together. Get it together. And not get it together for other people, get it together for myself. Because I ain't gonna lie. When I put on too much weight, I'm tired. Okay? It affects everything in my day-to-day life. It does. When you are fit and you're in shape, whatever shape that is, and you're fit, you got good, healthy heart, good limbs, flexibility, stamina, you won't be as tired and sluggish. There's a quality of life with taking care of yourself. Where does the money go for the Met Gala? They got to stop acting like it's healthy or they are healthy when they aren't. All this body positivity. This year, the proceeds go to the Costume Institute. Okay? And who does that benefit? I'm not being ignorant. I'm really asking, right? Because listen, you don't ask, you don't learn shit. Who is the Costume Institute? I'm just asking. Is it for like Broadway shows or you know what? Exactly. Your weight doesn't always equal healthy. And that's the thing. Like, I know motherfuckers be like, she ride her bike so much. But baby, the one thing about my body, it's healthy, meaning I could still go and come and do. But it ain't skinny. Okay? Some people might look at me and say it's fat because that's a preference, but I'm a healthy girl. Okay? And no matter how much I work out, my goal is not to be skinny. My goal is to maintain my body, my heart, my stamina, my flexibility, Because I personally am comfortable in my body. And I've accepted the fact that I'm meant to have big legs, okay? Even when I exercise them to death and I lose my legs a little bit, they back the next week. They just not going anywhere, okay? And so I'm comfortable with that. But what I'm not comfortable with is being tired, feeling sluggish, being in pain, okay? And so let's stop glamorizing unhealthy behavior, okay? Because as you can see, these motherfuckers eventually get on their health bandwagon and they leave all their unhealthy fans behind. The fuck? This weight I gain kills my lower back, and it will. And it will. It'll kill your lower back. It'll kill your fucking knees. Our bodies know what we can carry. I'm telling you. So when I hear people that are oversized and they complain that their knees hurt, that this hurt, that that hurt, I just be scratching my head like, okay, those are signs that you need to be doing something. Something. Right? We all got nasty habits that we got to work on to be healthier. Mine is vaping. This is a really nasty habit. This is a zero vape. There's nothing in it. No nicotine, no nothing. It's just flavor. But the mere fact that I suck on this shit all day and all night, even when I'm sleeping, I'm sucking on this shit. This could possibly have long-lasting effects on your lungs, right? And so, I've been talking to myself and I've been saying, how long you gonna suck this? I might have to kick the habit eventually. Stacy said, hate eating with weight complainers, but leave no crumbs. Oh, Stacy, you and I talk about that all the time. Now, there are times I'm really not a go out to dinner and order like a big plate of food. And if I do, a lot of that food is going to come home with me. Or if I didn't enjoy it that much, I'm just going to leave it at the restaurant. But I'm a picker. So when I go out, I'm an easy date. Even when I go out on a date, I like to sit at the bar. I do. Even when I'm with my man, I'll be like, can we sit at the bar? I want to be close to the bartender. Can we sit at the bar? I want to see him make my drinks. I want to eat my chicken wings. That is my thing. Chicken wings. Now, I can sit there and I can pick on wings all day. But I'm not really a big plate eater. Okay? Yes, Kia, we have to stop vaping because it ain't good for us. We got to stop vaping. The Costume Institute is a separate department at the Met. They are funded by the gala yearly. Okay, so then I ask again, what is the Costume Institute? How does the Costume Institute benefit society? Like, what the fuck is that? I'm not being funny. What is it? What is it? Somebody explain, like, what's the benefit to the Met? Who do they provide costumes for? Or is it more like a museum thing where you go and look at these costumes behind a glass window? I'm really asking a serious question, y'all. Well, Stacy, that's what I'm asking. I don't think anybody knows why they need $30 million. Meanwhile, Section 8 about to get cut. And we go into the Met Gala raising $30 million for a costume institute, and motherfuckers are out here getting ready to be homeless. Like, I'm not understanding what's happening. Like, the media is so confusing. I go from one story saying Section 8 is about to get cut. People getting SNAP, aka food stamps, is in jeopardy. HUD program is shutting down, so you're going to have to put 20% down on the house. And then I turn to the next thing, and I see Met Gala raise $30 million. I'm like, what the fuck? What is happening? What is happening? For the Costume Institute, nevertheless. I get that the Met showed the history of Black fashion, but does it go to any Black community or any Black organization? Cheryl, now, you starting some shit here, and this is what I'm saying. It don't. Where the fuck is the money? Who does it benefit? Costumes? People sleeping on steps off the gala. Okay? Nakia said it doesn't benefit society, but they have historically collected costumes. They have exhibitions, acquisitions, and capital improvements. It's not for the public. Okay. So, I mean, I'm not saying that it's not necessary to upkeep our historical artifacts. I'm not saying that. Okay. I'm just saying people about to be hungry and homeless. The middle class is begging for help. And the Met Gala was able to raise $30 million to maintain historical costumes. Wow. It's interesting. It really is a different world with the rich. Right. Stacy, this is what I'm saying. Fuck them costumes. Not only are people homeless, right? The middle class can't afford to pay their fucking rent because there are more apartment buildings being built than houses in townhouses. So you are fucking with supply and demand. Okay, the demand for housing, private homes and townhouses are high. Okay, the supply is low because they keep throwing up these expensive luxury buildings, okay, that half of them are not truly luxury, okay, because they throw a swimming pool and a gym in there, they want to call it luxury, okay, but some of them ain't truly luxury, okay. Motherfuckers can't afford, the middle class cannot afford to pay their rent. That's the other thing. Cheryl, right. While Trump is erasing our history out of the museums, like, it just amazes me. Like, I feel like maybe, right, one year instead of having a Met Gala, maybe they should have something else that raises money for something crucial in society. Not to say that they don't, because they probably do behind closed doors. It's just not televised. But the Met is so televised. Good morning, Johnny Leon Hill. I just feel like society is crying. That's why I said, Nakia, it's a different world with the rich. It is. That's a different world with the rich. That's why I said that. It's not for the middle class. So the middle class and the poor people just get to watch them go to galas while motherfuckers are trying to figure out if they're going to have to get out the projects. Why I don't believe in middle class, degrees of poor. Well, it's only middle class based on your tax bracket, right? I guess that's how they define it. Johnny Hill says, switch from Facebook to YouTube so I could be with everyone else. Oh, Johnny, you are so sweet. All right, Johnny, did you get a new date for The Color Purple? For the show that was postponed? Shirley, I heard that you went to see The Color Purple, girl. How was it? Please let us know how Johnny Leon Hill did. Did you take pictures? Because you surely didn't send me no picture. Or did they not allow pictures? Because I want to know how Mr. did. One thing someone asked was, did everyone use Black designers and or stylists so that they are highlighted and potentially gain notoriety? Whoever that someone is, now that would have been something. Now, Kia, I would have been loving all of that. I would have celebrated the Met. That's a great question. Would it have made a more powerful statement if everyone used Black designers instead of Gucci and instead of Dolce and instead of Versace or whatever the fuck they used? Would it have made a bigger impact and a bigger statement, right? If everyone that walked in the Met Gala used Black designers and stylists. What do y'all think about that? Now, see, that's a wonderful idea. Somebody needs to write the Met Gala. ASAP and Riri were his designs. Okay. I love that. Now, Shirley, would that have made a difference in your opinion? Since you called them out for raising $30 million and it not going to any Black communities. This would have made a difference because if they would have used Black designers and stylists, then that is giving to the Black community because these people are monetarily benefiting. And not only monetarily benefiting, they are getting the exposure. Because when these people walk the carpet and the stairs, they are asked, what are you wearing? What are you wearing? Now I would have been happy with that. That person asked a great question. Manny Valentino in Dolce & Gabbana. Yep. Yeah. Well, that's the Met Gala for you. Shirley said Johnny, the show was genius. I loved it and loved the way it was able to blend two cultures, making it look effortless. See, that's what I want to see because he did ASL as well as, oh my God. And it was effortless, Shirley. That had to be hard. Stacy says, so what money do Black designers put into the community? Well, I don't know many Black designers off the top of my head that I can speak to that. I would imagine Black designers are probably struggling to make enough money to be able to give back to the community, right? But if I can use Teflon as an example, when this man came out with his bags, right? And y'all can look it up. They said he put authentic Teflon bags in Chinatown, okay? So that people can buy his bags for cheap just to get the bags out there. So for me, that was kind of given to your community because you gave your community the opportunity to buy your bags authentically for $5, $10, $15. And these were authentic bags. He did this before he went out on his website and started selling the bags for the prices that they're being sold for now. But does anybody on here, can they answer what Black designers do they know that gives back to the community? Can anybody answer that? Shirley said, I absolutely agree that would have made a difference, but we still supporting designers who don't even want us in their clothes. Listen, I remember I went on, I don't know, was it New Orleans or I can't remember, one of the trips I was on. And or either I was packing for a trip, and my boo was like, those are Sheen bags. I was like, yep, I get my bathing suits from Sheen, because why the fuck? I buy new bathing suits every time I go on vacation. I'm not spending $100, $200, $300 on a bathing suit. Then I'm gonna have to keep wearing it, right? He was like, I didn't even know you wear Sheen. Well, I don't give a fuck, because I'm aware. Listen, I used to be a name brand hoe. For real, I did. And all my name brand bags that I have, I've been had them for years. The newest little bag that I got was the crossbody bag. What is it? Dior, whatever the fuck it is. I don't even remember right now. Okay? That's it. I'm not a name brand whore anymore. I don't know the last time I went into a Louis Vuitton store, a Gucci store, and literally thought about buying something. Right? Because you're right, Shirley. These motherfuckers don't want us in their clothes. And now even worse, with China coming out going, we make most of that shit and we ship it over to Italy and France and wherever the fuck your label says. And then they sew that little label on there, making y'all think the bag is made in Italy or it's made in Germany. And then they put their little logo thing on the bag on the inside. So, I mean, I'm not a name brand whore anymore. Like, my sweatsuits used to have to be name brand. Now I don't give a fuck. I'll get a sweatsuit from Walmart. I don't even care. It really doesn't matter to me, because we do keep supporting brands and labels that do not support us. And I don't know why we do that. I was a name brand hoe. I had to have, when I got my pocketbook, I had to have the wallet to match it. And I had to have this. And every pocketbook I had to be a fucking name brand bag. The shoes I wore had to be a specific name brand. Okay. I broke my neck one time trying to get these Gucci boots, and they didn't have it in Short Hills Mall. They called the Fifth Avenue store, and the Fifth Avenue store had the boots in my size. And my girlfriend went to the store and picked them up for me. That's how crazy I was. And these boots were over $1,000. Like, I don't even wear them. I must have wore these boots 4 times. And I said to myself, oh my God. And they in my closet right now. Okay. And I can only put them on to dance for my man. I ain't going outside walking around in them, but I'll put them on in my house and I'll do a little 2-step dance and the 2-step, and that's it. So $1,000 boots sitting up in the closet being used for a little tango. We just like certain things. Yeah, that's true. But I like a lot of things. And I've learned to like a lot of different things that are not necessarily name brand. Now, am I ever going to buy name brand again? Probably yes. Right? But I don't limit myself to only have to have that, is what I'm saying. Shirley said, I was enjoying the Q&A as well, but my sister had another engagement, so we had to leave. And come on, Johnny, with the voice. And that's what I'm saying. Cheryl, did you record his voice? I didn't even know Johnny sang until he said he had to sing. I was like, yo, Johnny, you keeping secrets? You keeping secrets? Because, Stacy, not all of them depreciate like that. You have Chanel bags and shit like that in your closet, Gucci bags, Louis Vuitton bags. You can sell those bags for some good money. Like, I'm going to be honest. I keep my bags in their dusters and they're in my closet. And I said to myself, if I ever fall on really, really, really hard times, I will be on Poshmark and all these other places selling my bags. They still sell for really, really good money. That's why when Cardi B posted on Instagram that her daughter wrote on her Birkin bag, she was like, oh my God, because now the bag is no good. It depreciated because it's damaged. But you keep your bags in good condition and they're dust bags, and when you want to sell them, you can make some good money. Good morning, Debbie. Nakia said, I support what I like. I know that's right. Blissfully said the material is made of is the key. It's the label added to it that makes people think they are getting quality. China has told us that for years. And that's why I wear Shein. Because you know why? They in the same warehouse making that Louis Vuitton bag. They are. The fuck? The only difference is you ain't got to pay a lot of money for a Shein t-shirt because they shipping it right to you from China. You ain't got to go wait for them to ship it to the Louis Vuitton store or, you know, whatever store, Macy's or whatever, and then you go buy it. But saying all of that, I still will not wear knockoffs. Now, if I cannot if I cannot afford a real bag, I don't want a knockoff. I would rather just get a regular leather bag that I can afford and go on about my fucking business. I'm not wearing no knockoffs. I'm not that desperate. That's just me though. I'm not judging people who do it. Hey, Debbie. Nakia said, I buy black. I buy based on quality. Now also shop Shein or TikTok shop. Yup. Me too. Me too. Because I find that you could throw them clothes away. After you wore them a couple of times, you don't feel bad. You'd be like, okay, I'm done. Right? I used to spend $40, $50, $60 on yoga pants. For what? To sweat in the crotches? Not doing that. Okay, I need to see that footage, Cheryl. I need to see that footage. So, Debbie, we were talking about the Met Gala, and Cheryl Lee came on here with her controversial self, and asked a good question. Where does this $30 million that they raised go? Does it go to the Black community since the theme was about the Black culture, right? And so we talked about that. Nakia said, yeah, I'm not doing a knockoff. I'll go to Coach or MK for a good quality leather bag. Right. And you could get them in TJ Maxx, Marshalls. They sell nice little bags in there. MK, Coach, whatever the fuck. Okay, so I didn't get to read the positive read for the day. So I'm going to get into the positive read for the day. Yesterday, we read a message that was very, very powerful for me, right? Because I've explained to y'all that I've come through a lot of trials and tribulations. Me and my son, we come through a lot of trials and tribulations. And one of the things that I lived with for a lot of years was guilt, right? Because everybody always, when your son is raggedy, they want to tell you your son is raggedy. They want to blame how you raised your kid. Who the fuck mother is he, right? They always go to that. And I lived with a lot of guilt. And yesterday's message was around, I am capable. It was around, no matter what it looks like, I did the best that I could, right? To a lot of people, my life looked messy. It looked tacky. But what they didn't understand is that I was doing the best I could. It was just a population of people judging and acting like they could do better than me if they were in my situation. And the one thing that I have learned throughout my years is that nobody knows what they're going to do unless they're in your situation. Nobody can answer that. People that give responses and give advice give it based on what they think the outcome would be. But they don't know. They have to be in your shoes. And so yesterday's message was, I did the best I could, no matter how messy it looked. That's where growth comes in, right? We learn as we go. And as we learn, we apply those educational moments to our future growth. That's what it is. That's why I give people grace. I've learned to give people grace. I had to give myself grace. Okay? So today's message, May 6th, to feed off of yesterday's message, it says, I am now receptive to the idea that I am capable of doing everything better next time. Why do you think you're capable of doing things better the next time? Because you should have learned from the learned lessons, your trials and tribulations, your blessings and your lessons, so that you do better. But there's a population of people that get stuck. and they don't do better. They get stuck. But the goal is to remind yourself, I am capable of doing things better the next time. The prefix re means to do again. Oh, he kept saying, I'm ye. It sounded like he said, I'm gay. But anyway, the prefix re means to do it again. What a blessing. Just think, you can repeat a lesson at no charge until you get it right. You can regroup after a setback in order to gather your wits and your strength. You can restructure your life should it happen to fall apart. You can recreate your image should you happen to fall apart. You can always rethink the evaluation once it is done. While most of us are not fond of doing most things over, when you consider the blessings of redoing it again, may not be so bad. You can redeem your character by retracting words spoken harshly. You can recover from your losses through the power of reorganization. At some point, we have all faced the pain of being rejected, which is actually just a divine opportunity to reflect on who we really are. There is never any reason to live with remorse or regrets when you consider that every experience is a rehearsal for the next. You can always remove yourself from a situation when you feel it can't relate. It is okay to remove yourself from people, places, and things. It is a sign of your refusal to accept less for yourself than the best. See, I ain't accepting less no more. I've accepted less before, but I vowed and I'm capable of doing better the next time. When you release habits, people, and situations that do not honor who you are, you will regenerate your power. You cannot recapture your hairline once it recedes. You can't get it back. But you can always relax the requirement to look pleasing. Refine your thinking. Reform your life. Research what you need to do and do it without resistance. Until today, you may have been reluctant to do things more than once. Just for today, redo what you need to do and recollect yourself. Sometimes we got to take 10 steps back and recalibrate to continue to move forward, and that's okay. Today, I'm devoted to reclaiming my power, recharging myself, and recuperating from the past. How about that? Recuperating from the past. Because you don't fucking live there anymore. You don't live there anymore. If I'm ever in the position to support Black designers, I will. And not just the famous ones. With a daughter in college for fashion design, I'm real sensitive about supporting Black designers. I love it. I bought this calf can. Is it in this closet? Where is it? Let me go show y'all. From this guy on TikTok, right? Where is it? I bought this calf can from this guy on TikTok. He is called Calf Can Culture. His tag is in here. Calf Can Culture. So if you like calf cans, all right, this is handmade. I picked the material. He took my measurements. I know some people are saying, oh, that looks really big. But there are, can I see them? I just saw it. There are drawstrings in here. Here. There's drawstrings in here. So when you put the calf can on, you can pull the drawstrings to tighten around your waist. It's beautiful material. I have not worn it yet. I cannot wait to wear it. All right. But this is what I got from Calf Can Culture. So if you're not following him on TikTok, please go follow him because he has so many options, so many colors, and he even does images on his thing. He has like Michelle Obama and other powerful people that he puts on his calf can. And so if you are interested in that, then you should reach out, and that was not cheap. When I asked him how much would it be to make this calf can for me, okay, for my height and my size. Right now, you could dress this up, you could dress it down, you could put some leggings underneath it with some high heel shoes. You could do a lot of stuff with this, okay? And so this calf can cost me almost $400, right? And so when he told me the price, I didn't even flinch because I said, this man is making it from scratch. He's using his time. And if I would have went to a Louis Vuitton store, I couldn't even buy a wallet for $400. Their wallet's like $600 and up. Okay. And so I said, if I spend money on these white designers, why not invest in some quality clothing from our Black designers? Okay. And so I'm excited to wear this. And the thing is the front is a little shorter than the back. And so I'm excited to rock this. I just haven't figured out where I'm going to rock it to yet. But I am excited to rock it. Thank you, Debbie. So I'm into supporting Black designers. You find a lot of them on TikTok. You find a lot of them on Facebook and IG. And I know people. Who's the Kia? Is it Micus? Are they Black? MICAS? You know who I'm talking about. And Sazzling Clothing. Kia, you know the designers that come up on okay, Holly Berry's dress. That was a damn no for me. I just wanted to say that real quick. No, Holly, I did not like that dress. I did not at all. It pops up on my timeline all the time. But I am into supporting Black designers. I am. If I stumble across. They even have some that are making bathing suits now. So they're out there. They're definitely out there. But what I find is that we don't want, Snazing Clothing. This website. That's another website that's Black designers, right? And so they're out there. A lot of people are hesitant to order from them because, they think they're going to get gypped or whatever. And there's Black designers on Etsy's as well. Taraji's outfit was nice. I agree with that. I didn't like Halle Berry's though. She was completely naked under her dress. Not that they don't normally do that, but I just didn't like the way the dress looked on her. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. Okay? At all. Anyway, well, Kia, you should have put the link here so that everybody on here could get the link, not just Debbie. Because, anybody could have wanted to buy the book. She put it on here. Give people an option to get it from here. Makes sense to me. Well, anyway, y'all, it is 12:21. And didn't I say my maintenance guy said he was going to come up here about 12? It's 12:21. He not here yet. All right. And I have a 1:00 meeting that I got to get prepared for. Actively Black. That's another one. Actively Black is a good one. I ordered their sweatsuits. They make similar style like Nike Tech sweatsuits. Actively Black is another good one, y'all. So there are Black designers out there. They are. It's just that some of us Black folks complain about their prices. You know, you got to remember, they don't have sweat factories in China. Okay. They're paying a lot more money to make their garments and stuff in some cases. And so give these people grace. All right. And so with that, I'm going to move towards ending the show because I have to prepare for a 1:00 meeting that's coming up. But you know what I say, always move with peace and grace. And today's message was, I am capable of doing better next time. So if you are living in a space right now where you are holding on to guilt, or you are going back in your mind in the past and questioning yourself over and over again about why you did certain things and why didn't you do it differently, stop it. Because no matter how long you sit in that guilt, that shit in the past is not going to change. Yes, Whoopi was good too. Whoopi always uses Black designers. She uses Black designers a lot. That past shit is not going to change. So don't hold on to it, and don't let other people in your life pin you to the wall for things that happened in the past. See, if you have people in your life that are constantly trying to pin you in the wall for the things that you had that happened in your past, get rid of them motherfuckers, okay? Because they trying to stunt your growth. Because I don't even know what the fuck you talking about, because I'm not there no more. I'm not talking about it. That's back there. I'm facing this way. Okay, I ain't got no time to be explaining about some shit that happened long ago. Not gonna do it. I'm facing this way. Okay, I am capable of doing things better the next time. That's the message. Hold on to that. Release that guilt that you might be holding on to. All right, and with that, I'm gonna remind y'all that even when you feel low, you can still what? I'm gonna play my song on the way out. You guys travel to and from safe. Get this message on the way out and move with peace and love. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man. And I don't. I'm hard-headed as fuck. This is Coffee with Friends, and I am Raw to D-Bone. Come back tomorrow, y'all. Hump day. Yes. Get this message on the way out. Because what you doing? Hustle hard. I'll be making moves. I don't want to be a slave. My way or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Huh? Come on. Just gotta put the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. Better see with the negativity, but I just fly right by that energy. What? Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Truth, Cheryl. Yes. Talk that shit. Peace, y'all. I'm out.